have successfully collaborated on this project to produce a series of 7 micro-learning courses that we feel employees either entering the workplace or currently in the workplace looking to improve their skills would benefit from. These 7 topics are as follows: agile self and time management, communication and interpersonal skills, personal branding, digital skills for the future, creative problem solving and critical thinking, global citizenship, social and emotional intelligence. We hope you will enjoy this course, and please make sure to access the workbook that accompanies the course to take full advantage of the learning. Have fun and good luck. If you Google your name, what comes up? If the answer is nothing, you probably haven't spent much time developing your personal brand. Obviously, you may find that other people share your name. But when you do see items that mention you, do they show what you want the world to see? Or should you massage your online record to make it more acceptable and present you in a more favorable light? So now ask yourself this question: what do you want to be known for? If someone were to ask you that question, what would you say? Take a moment to think about it for a few seconds. Imagine this: you're in a coffee shop and you overhear someone talking about you or your business. What would you like them to say? Now, this is when it gets a bit tricky. Some people are able to answer this question in a matter of seconds, while it may take others a lifetime to figure out. So let me start by making a few things clear. Personal branding is not just for someone who owns a business. It is also essential for any person who wants to share their story to the world. People often talk about wanting to improve their personal brand. You undoubtedly know what a business brand is. We refer to brands regularly whenever we discuss influencer marketing. But you probably don't think much about having a brand yourself. The idea of personal branding is unusual to most people. But in this online era, where things both good and bad last forever on the internet, personal branding can be considered more important than ever. For that matter, how do people perceive you offline? Do they connect you and your values with your business and the values it represents? Most people's feelings are more along the lines of, why should I bother investing in my personal brand? Surely people know my CV, they know me from LinkedIn, and they know my profile and can justify why I'm good. If you want to make an impact in the world, creating a branding strategy is definitely the place to begin. So I want to start by going over the personal branding definition, then dive deeper into the importance of having a personal brand online. We'll talk about some personal branding tips and personal branding examples. Most people define personal branding with a name and a logo, but there is so much more to it than just that. So what is personal branding? People don't do business with companies, they do business with people they like. We have relationships based on trust and mutual connections. There's just something about a connection with a human being that creates a level of endearment and customer loyalty beyond any relationship a company could ever reach. The strong bonds people have with one another cannot be overestimated. Even big companies have people whose personalities serve to advance their brand's mission. Apple had Steve Jobs. Tesla has Elon Musk. And Virgin has Richard Branson. If you're a small business owner, then this persona is probably you. If you're in the marketing department, it's probably one of the executives. Even if you work for a company as an employee, there is no reason why you shouldn't build your own personal brand. People out there looking for jobs. This is when it becomes more and more important. What is your personal brand? Why would employers want to meet you? What does your online presence say about you? But be patient. It's vital to be patient and remember that building a personal brand takes time. You are unlikely to experience overnight or immediate results due to your efforts. Figure out what you want to be known for and then put measures in place to help you achieve this goal. It's in your best interests to be consistent and not flip-flop so that you can more quickly establish a positive, strong personal brand. Honesty, transparency, and authenticity are the key factors you need to set yourself apart and ensure that others have a desire not only to meet you, but to work with you now and in the future. So here are my top 4 reasons as to why we need to create a personal brand. Firstly, it will set you apart from the crowd. Building a brand is your chance to show your audience what you know and why you know it. And it will help you to set apart from others who might be vying for the same opportunities but haven't yet had the time to build their own personal brand. Secondly, it could open doors. A strong personal brand will lead to a multitude of opportunities, including job interviews, internships, speaking engagements, networking opportunities, promotions, and partnerships. A personal brand is the building blocks that will lead to success for your future. It can help you reach any number of goals, both personal and professional. And it can also lead to many opportunities for advancement in your career. Thirdly, people relate to those who walk the walk and talk the talk. Many people, especially those of the millennial generation, don't trust larger businesses that utilize traditional advertising. And that is part of the reason why influencer advertising has been so successful. People are much more likely to buy from and listen to someone who talks and acts like them, as opposed to a large corporation. So if you build your brand like a business, but still maintain a personal front, you're guaranteed to inspire trust amongst your audience. And finally, you are out in the open, in the public eye. Whether you're applying for a job or for your future career, someone is going to be Googling your name. Some employers will expect you to have an online presence, whereas others just want to ensure you don't have a poor reputation online. Developing a personal brand is a great way to show potential employers that you've worked hard to build a positive reputation online. So where do we start? Take a closer look at yourself to begin with. What is your authentic self? What is your reputation? What is your legacy? These are the questions to help you get started, because you won't get very far unless you know who you are, what you stand for, and where you're heading. So let's look at authenticity to begin with. The Oxford English Dictionary definition of authentic is of undisputed origin and not a copy, genuine. If you know who you are, you will stand by your values and begin to honestly express and radiate your beliefs. Through living your values, you will be seen as somebody who is clear about what matters, and you'll inspire people's confidence and trust in you and your brand. Next, understand, why are you building a personal brand? Okay, so it's clear that you need a personal brand if you want to be successful. Take the time to think about your short and long-term goals. What do you want to achieve? What is your motto? What makes you unique? And as you go through this process, remember to stay true to yourself. Don't worry about what other people are doing. This is about you, what you have to offer, and what makes you the person that people should work with or invest in. Some of these questions include: how would they describe your workplace persona? How would you describe your social media presence? How do you react when a colleague asks you for help? Which statement best describes your current career goals? How do you feel about networking events? How would you describe yourself outside of work? So exercises like this are helpful in making you aware of your style and bring certain characteristics about yourself to your attention. Then we want to define your personal brand. Gandhi once said, "Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny." Think about the answers to the following questions. Who am I? What do I care about? These will help you to define your personal brand. Remember, the personal brand definition checklist is a great start to helping you identify who you are. So first of all, identify your values. What do you stand for in life? Loyalty, tolerance, social equality, family, integrity. Write them down. Once you've written them down, prioritize your values. Ask yourself daily whether you lived by those values or not. If you did, then that's a great start. If not, you have room to improve. Then align your values with your strengths. How do you match your values with your creative profession? What are you good at? Are you good at what makes you happy? These are the things to reconsider, especially if you're stuck in a rut. Then be vulnerable and tell the truth about your areas of development. Facing your faults is a healthy exercise. It's an opportunity to be more in touch with your authentic self and also consider your values. Be self-compassionate. If we cannot feel good about who we are and our behavior, how can we motivate others and inspire them? Love yourself. Determine what you want to accomplish. It's now time to think about what you want to accomplish with your personal brand. Answer these questions. What would I like to accomplish, both personally and professionally? What do I want to be known for? If I could be the world's foremost expert on a topic, what would it be? What key messages do I want to communicate? If I could give only one piece of advice, what would it be? So the answers to these questions should further solidify in your mind what your personal brand will look like. So now we need to assess your personal brand as it stands today. How would you go about finding out more about someone? Well, you'd Google them, right? It's pretty standard. In fact, about 70% of employers use Google to check you out. And 70% will review your social media profile as part of the hiring process. This is officially an excuse to go and Google yourself now. What comes up? Is it your personal Facebook profile or your LinkedIn page? Click on the Google Images tab. What photos do they see? And are they pictures that you would want professional or potential employers to see? Do you even show up at all in the search results? Or are they dominated by someone else with your name? If the picture that's being presented on Google is far from the professional image you want to project, or if it's not appearing at all, then you have some work to do. Some final words of wisdom. Don't rush. Before implementing all the personal branding tips discussed before, ask yourself why. What are your goals for developing your personal brand? Is it to grow your company or your career? Do you strive to become a well-known speaker? Whatever it may be, take the time to think about this.